Are you looking to buy a new audio interface, wondering what kind of interface to get? In this video, I'll explain what you should look for and why to help you get the ideal audio interface for your needs. If this is your first time here and you want to learn all about FL Studio and music production in general, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell as well. Before you go ahead and buy a new audio interface, there's several things you need to consider. Number one is price. This is arguably the most important thing if you're on a budget. Number two, connectivity. How many microphone or guitar inputs do you really need? How many outputs do you need? You don't want to pay extra for inputs and outputs that you simply don't need. This is usually what drives up the price. Number three, compatibility. Most interfaces today are USB, but there are still some FireWire devices out there, so make sure that you get one that's compatible with your computer. New motherboards and laptops typically don't have FireWire ports anymore. There are also some Thunderbolt devices out there. Number four, latency. This is one of the most important things. You want an audio interface that provides you with the least amount of latency. Most interfaces come with their own low latency ASIO driver, which will usually work much better than the universal ones. Number 5. Sound quality. This is obviously extremely important. You want the best quality you can get with the lowest noise possible. If you're going to record something, you want an interface with good preamps. These are the main things to consider. For most people, price will be the deciding factor. Audio interfaces today all have superb audio quality, and the most notable difference between the various models are the number of inputs and outputs, as well as some other features that you may or may not need. If you're an EDM producer and make music mainly in the box, then you probably don't need a lot of in and outputs. In that case, a budget audio interface will probably satisfy your needs. There's really no difference in audio quality between a budget interface and a more expensive one. It's mostly the extra functionality that drives up the price. If you're planning on recording and hooking up a lot of stuff, then you'll be better off with a more expensive interface with plenty of inputs and outputs. When you buy a budget interface, you get very basic functionality, and for a lot of people, that's just fine. However, if you want to have a separate volume knob for your headphones, or if you have high impedance headphones, then you'll be better off with a more expensive interface. They will typically have their own dedicated power supply, which means that they'll be able to deliver more power to drive your headphones. Most people prefer to buy an external audio interface, but you can also get internal sound cards. I recommend going with an external one. You'll have to figure out for yourself what features you need. One thing for sure, there's no point in paying more for things you don't need. You can find the Amazon links to all these interfaces in the description below, as well as several other ones that were not included in this video. I'd like to thank our Patreons for their ongoing support, and as always, if there's any specific tutorial you'd like us to make, or if you have a question, just let us know in the comments below. Also, make sure to check out the links below if you need feedback on your music, mixing, mastering, and so on. Thanks for watching.